Hello, folks. It's Kata Adinka here again. I first want to start off by apologizing. I've not been able to make any videos for a while now. I've actually been busy with my final exams in school, so I've not been able to get right to making videos. I really apologize for that. Now, let's get down to business. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing a very general topic as to whether between the forex market and the crypto market, which one is safer and better to trade. Now, I would like to first point out that both markets have their peculiarities and both of them are still very risky. You still require adequate training to be able to monetize both of these markets. Now, the forex market just generally entails you trading currency pairs, okay? Trading the Nigerian naira against the American dollars and so on and so forth. We have trading the British pound against the American dollars and the British pounds against the Australian dollars, and the list goes on. Okay, the crypto market, however, involves trading currency pairs, like we will call it, or crypto pairs. We have the BTC against the USDT, we have the BTC against Argo and all that. Just pairing things all together. Pairing um currencies or crypto together is what creates the volatility and helps us and guides us, giving us an idea to where the market is headed next. All right. Now, personally for me, the forex market I think has an edge over the crypto market in the sense that it is regulated. Okay, the fact that it's regulated limits the um, number of times it can be manipulated. I'm not saying that the forex market is not manipulated. It is greatly manipulated by the European banks and all those large banks all over the world. But it follows a particular pattern in the sense that if you are patient enough and you know what you should expect, you should be able to make money right off it. Okay, I'm going to show you what I mean right now. Let's just check. Okay, the first market is actually closed today, by the way. The operates Monday to Friday. Now, take for instance this chart now. Okay, personally for me, okay, if I should check this chart either way, all I can see is a downtrend. Okay, all I can see is a downtrend. Alright, because I use the 4 hour, 1 hour to trade my forex market. So all I can say is a downtrend. So I expect the market to get up to this 50 EMA, then for it to reject it immediately and begin to calm down. Because naturally, you have to be peculiar or familiar with your higher lows, lower lows, and all those kind of structures. So since this is a downtrend, this is a higher low, this is a lower low. So you expect it to make a lower low, which it did here. The lower low will usually be lower than the previous lower low. Then a higher low. The higher low will usually correspond with the previous lower low. Hence, support becoming resistance. If you know your forex market, you should be expecting that. Now, if a manipulation want to occur in this market, someone that's looking at the market from the 1 hour time frame, okay, let's say from here now, once the market gets here, it should reject a little bit, but not too much. The institutions might decide to manipulate it down to the upward to the upside, as if we are going to have an uptrend soon. So a lot of people will just see the market running up, and since they are not patient and most of them don't even know what they are doing, the market is just breaking and going up. They will just buy it, they'll just join in and buy in. And before you know, within 2 3 minutes, the market will just fall back down again to correspond with this place. It will now form what we call an inverted hammer, in the sense that you have a very long week will appear here, very long week will appear here. Are you getting me? But it will still continue in its original what? In its original trend. Now that's what I mean by the manipulations that occur in the forex market. Whereas in the crypto market, this is not so. Okay, the manipulations are not regulated, so it doesn't actually follow a particular pattern. For instance, now I'm waiting on BTC to work out something here for me. Okay, I'm waiting for BTC to at least get to this area because this is a strong area of what support. So if you get here and you take a trade either on BTC, or if you have been watching on my videos, you tally BTC with either of the other currency crypto pairs, and you take a trade to the upside, at least for maybe say 50% and all that, you should be in good money today. All right, but then the crypto market can be so silly that it can just break down to this area. Okay, it will just break down to this area, and you will be expecting it to come back up and retest this area and to what you call it, to recognize this area, but then it won't. It will just continue going down and begin to display. Okay, for several weeks now, if you have been following up, that's why I said I have to mention something. You have, for you to be able to trade this either of this market very well, you have to be the chart. Okay, what I mean by be the chart, you have to stay on the chart like every day. Even though you are not taking a trade that day, just go on the chart and know what is happening. There are certain peculiarities to either of the markets that nobody can teach you, no mentor can teach you, because it's just something that we know by just looking at the chart. Okay, and it doesn't fall along the current basis of or basics of support, resistance, and how to use indicator. It doesn't just fall into those things. These are things that you just learn by looking at the chart. For instance, now by staying on the chart, I know that the crypto market is greatly manipulated from time to time. So it sends to me a signal to be careful, okay? And I watch out for patterns, okay, that okay, maybe this is an indication that someone wants to manipulate this market. I become more careful and I don't take trades that I'm not sure of. All right, like for instance now, okay, in taking this trade now, if I wanted to take this trade, I wouldn't enter this trade here, this particular session. I hope you guys can see it, because this session is a very dangerous session. Okay, it is not coming down or it is not close to my 50 EMA. So taking this trade here, it could just decide to fall down and I'll be at fault. But at this area where it gladly sits into the trend line, I feel safe here because I feel that a lot of traders are here, so I will take the trades here. But a lot of impatient people bought here. That's why the market went up a little bit here. Some impatient people got here and bought, the market went up. Some impatient people got here and bought, that's why the market went up. Some impatient people still bought here, still bought here, still bought here, still bought here before finally the market found its support and spiked up. Okay, now these people were just lucky that the market went in their favor this time around, but in other cases it could have just gone down because that was not an area that anyone should have gone in on. So for several weeks now, we have been seeing a lot of manipulations in the market, and these manipulations are not even being influenced by institutions. Okay, because for the first market to be manipulated, you need the European banks and the American banks and a lot of banks. They put costs through to each other and say, okay, let's manipulate this market to the downside, let's manipulate this market to the upside before they take the trade. So it requires a lots of money. Okay, but for the crypto market now, China can just come and say, okay, we're no longer trading cryptocurrency, and before you know, we are in shit. Elon Musk can just come and say Bitcoin is unhealthy to the environment. Before you know, we all know what happened when that news actually came out. We are in shit and all that. So it's as if for the crypto markets, you have to be on your toes 247. Okay. There was a particular that it was last week or last 2 weeks. I was actually following the trade and actually expecting it to work out. I was actually saved out of that manipulation because I was patient. I wanted to take the trade because a lot of people on the groups I belong to saw the trade and everybody was like, okay, this is a good trade, let's all take this. And I was like, it's not ripe to be taken yet. I just said, let me step outside my room and work on some things, do some chores, and come back and check the chart. Before I knew, everybody was in loss. People were just shouting. People were frustrated on the group that what sort of nonsense is this? How can this even happen? Because you see a perfect setup, a setup that you feel that this is a 100% setup. I'm making money off this market today, and yet the market just goes to shit. Okay, so personally for me, I think that's the clear distinction between the forex market and the crypto market as to which one you should trade. Personally, a lot of people have been calling me and I've been advising them that if you don't have the guts, okay, you don't have the money, I suggest you go trade the forex market. Okay, I don't know of any other markets apart from the forex and the crypto market. I've not really gotten around going into stocks and shares. I can just buy and keep, but not really trading it now. So I don't know. You guys might have different opinions about this, but this is personally my own opinion. Okay, I would naturally say that the forex market is something that anyone can learn, and with the right strategy and all that, make money off of it. The crypto market, irrespective of your strategy and all that, it's as if you go there tensed all the time. It's as if you get into the market tensed all the time. And naturally, trading is a psychological event, okay? You need to be of sound mind to make money off the forex market. So if you are taking a trade with fear all the time, you will surely make mistakes, okay? And that is what the crypto market does to a lot of people. Okay, for the past 2 3 weeks now, a lot of bosses, a lot of mentors online and all that have been in shit debt because of the manipulations going on in the crypto market. Okay, but then I would like to point out that if you still want to make money off the crypto market, it is still very possible. You just need to look for a strategy that aligns to you. For instance, now I have a strategy that takes about a long time for setups to come in the crypto market. So sometimes my strategy doesn't bring setup for me in a day. Okay, like for instance, now I'm presently waiting for the crypto market to get down to this area. Okay, to take a trade either here or in one of my favorite, because I have favorite coins I trade from time to time that I know the way they behave. So I'm waiting for it to get down to this before I take the trade. This might not happen today, but I'm sure it will happen. But it might not happen today. But a lot of people are not patient for that. Okay, they just want to get into the market, see a setup, and make money. Okay, and that is that. But another strategy I use is to go down to the lower time frame and to scalp very briefly. All right. Like for instance, instead of waiting for it to come into the 50 EMA of the 1 hour, why not look for the 50 EMA of the 15 minutes? Okay, and it already did that here. It came into the 50 EMA here, but then it didn't really quite reject the area. And the reason being that it rejected it to a little proportion, whereas if I've taken the trade, I could have made maybe say 5% of the market, just a little scalp, a very minimal scalp. But the reason why it didn't really work with this area is because the 15 EMA is suggesting to us that we are in a what? In a down trend. So rather than taking this, what I would have taken would have been this. Alright, and I would have made say the same, about the same, 10 to 15, see about the same. 10 to 15% of the market, which if you are using a very large account is more than enough for you in a day. All right. So guys, those are the peculiarities of the market for me. Okay. The crypto market, when you want to trade it, you have to look through a lot of things. You have to look at your BTC dominance, you have to look at a lot of things, you have to look at volume, you have to look at orders, you have to look at there are a lot of things you go through to look at just to trade a pair on the crypto market. And let me just chip in this, guys. If you want to trade the crypto market and anybody is teaching you a strategy that goes outside of you first checking what the BTC USDT is doing before you take any other pairs and trade, I'm telling you, you are in for shit, like you are in for losses. Whatever that person is taking you is absolutely nonsense. The number one thing you do when you want to trade your crypto market in the morning is to come to down to the chart and locate the BTC USDT pair and look at what it is doing, because most times virtually 98% of the pairs that are on the Binance futures or the futures market on OKX and all that will behave in the same matter. They will emulate the behavior of BTC pairs. So if BTC is going up, they are going up. If BTC is coming down, they are coming down. It is only a little few that will be um reacting oppositely to the BTC USDT behavior, and that is simply because of what I would call manipulation too. Okay, so to for me personally to make money off of this market is just for you to get information. Okay, there are guys abroad and whatnot in Nigeria here. They have direct links to those people that manipulate the market. Okay, to those people that manipulate the market to a large scale. Those people can just decide to be buying a particular pair for days. Okay, for days they'll be buying that pair. So irrespective of whether BTC is coming down, is going up, that pair will be outperforming all other pairs. That's what we saw with Argo 2 weeks ago, Avas and all that. That's what we saw with them. When BTC was going down, those guys were just booming off and everybody was like, what happened? That's what is happening because those people have the right information. So if you're able to get your hands on people like that, okay, that's why some people will tell you that come and join our cryptocurrency group. The fee is $1,000 per month. The fee is $2,000 per month. The fee is $3,000 per month. You actually think that why should I pay so much to trade cryptocurrency that I can even learn for 100, $200? But because they are being given certain insider information which you doesn't possess, which you can't get your hands on. And that's how those guys make their money, guys. So from what I have told you, okay, you could just decide which you want to go to. Personally, I just love the crypto market because I can trade it on weekends. And I usually have a lot of times on my hands on weekends. So I can trade it on Saturdays, on Sundays, and still make money off of it. Then Monday, I usually go back to the Forex market to trade and to make money off of it because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are usually good days to make money off the Forex market, if you know what I'm saying. So although there are some days during the weekdays that if I see certain patterns like for instance, if I'm waiting for this guy to get down to this point and eventually he misbehaves and does all sort of nonsense and get down to this point, maybe on a Monday or on a Tuesday, I'm certainly going to take that trade. That's where the place of patience comes in, guys. Okay, you know, I always see something. Okay, the market functions in a way that it actually takes money off the hands of the impatient and gives it to the what? To the patient. Okay, if you are impatient in either of the markets, you are going to run at a loss. Okay, if you're impatient, and don't always fall for traps of all those people and bosses, gurus that are always posting profits 247. That is a lie. It's not possible for you to make profits off the market for a month constantly. Okay, because some, especially if you're on a group where the boss and mentor whatever never post losses. Okay, that's an indication that you should be careful. Okay, that you should be careful with such a person because some people actually just go online and screenshot other people's profits and send it to you. Okay, they are generally just making their money off of you by claiming to be giving you signals or by claiming that they are mentoring you for 200, $500 that see I've not made any loss and all that. And whenever either YouTube videos or all that, if you're the kind of person that comes to YouTube to look for educational videos and you're always driven by people that say I made $500 in 2 seconds, I make Kinikon in 500 seconds, I make Kinikon in 10 seconds and all that, and you're always driven by those, you are certain to fail in this market. Either the forex or you are certain to fail. You are certain because they are teaching you what you are not supposed. They are not telling you to be careful. They are telling you to go there and to be stupid. Okay, because for you someone to tell you that he made $500 in 2 minutes using $20. Okay, he made $500 in 2 minutes using $20, and you believe such cock and bull stories and you now get to the market, all your brain, your heart, your mindset, all that is communicating to you, all you are looking for in the market is what? Which pair will I trade that will give me $500 in 2 minutes? Okay, and when you go in with such mindset, you are certain to fail. That's why a lot of you have given up on trading. Okay, following the manipulations in the crypto market, I know a lot of guys that have called that, reach out and say that come, I am stopping here. Enough is enough. I've lost a lot. Because you went in with the wrong mindset, okay? But if you go in with the mindset that, okay, if I see 10% of my investment a day, that is still reasonable. That is still okay. That is still great. Okay, you have $100 account and you make $10 per day, $10 per day in the crypto market. Let's say you make losses. Let's say you just make profit 18 days out of the 30 days in a month. That's $180 in a month. Then the next month you go in with $280, the $100 you used to start, and the $180 profit you add over a month. Come on, before you know, you are building up. Because the reality of it is that when people, some of you guys did rag style and all those Ponzi scheme, those guys were not even paying as much as that, most of that percentage gain in a month. Okay, you go into $100, you are targeting $10 per day, and you see your $10 that day, you are satisfied. Okay, let's assume you don't make it all week, all day, all month. You make it 18 or even 15 times. You make profit of $10. Come on, that's $150. You have made over 100% or 200% of your profit. You have doubled your money and even add some added to it in a month. Then the next month you go with $250. You do the same thing, target 10% of your investment. 10% will be $25. Even though you cannot target 10%, target the same $10 you had for the previous month. How about another 150? Add it to it. And so on and so on. Before you know, you have started trading a $1,000 account, a $2,000 account, and you are already doing fine. So guys, that's all for today. Please, if this is your first time on my channel, please try to support your boy. It is not easy. Okay, you can just support me by liking, by subscribing, and also commenting. I want to appreciate all of you that have been commenting. It has been really encouraging. I saw a comment this morning on the video I posted like 2 weeks ago, and that really encouraged me to even make this video I'm making now, because the academics, a lot of things going on around me right now are not even making me to think straight or to be able to sit down, settle down to create this video. But seeing that comment this morning, I was encouraged that someone is actually always expecting that I should post something for him or her to gain value from. So please subscribe, hit that notification button so that whenever I post a new video, you'll be able to get it. From now henceforth, I'll try as much as possible to post at least a video a week to provide you guys with educational content. And from now also, I'll also be merging this YouTube channel with Forex tips, Forex trading tips and goals. Okay, from now on, so that you guys will have an idea of both markets and you'll be able to invest in both of them accordingly. Okay, if you want to reach out to me for anything, for mentorship or whatnot, you could just drop a comment there. I'll sure to get the notification that will put it up on WhatsApp and all that and discuss the details. You could also ask me for questions, and if you maybe just want to have my contact number so that in case of anything in the nearest future, please, I'm open to having relationships with people I've never met before. I need the connections, if you know what I mean. All right, folks, have a nice day.